Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel and welcome to the last part of the Pineapples and Tulips Square Shawl. And this part we will go over the next 10 rounds and then there will be 2 rounds of border. So 12 rounds total for this last video. Now, rows 31 through 37 are exactly the same. The only exception is from the end of one tulip to the beginning of the next tulip is going to increase in your windows, all of your little windows here. We will be increasing down here in the corner as we have been. Everything before your tulip here and at the end here will stay the same. But between the end of this one and the beginning of the next one, in fact, I'll open this up. So from this point to this point is going to increase in the amount of windows. And then from this point to this point over here is going to increase in the amount of windows. But when you get to the end of the row and finish your last tulip, the amount of windows will stay the same and your 3 double crochets at the end and the beginning will continuously remain the same. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to walk you through side 1 and down to the corner to show you how you're going to work through your tulip and this corner. And you will repeat rows 31 for rows 32 through 37. And then we'll meet back up for row 38. All right. So we're going to start off in the very first stitch with a mock double crochet or a chain up, whichever suits you best. And then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to chain 2 and skip 2 and double crochet into the next. 1, 2, skip 2 and double crochet into the next. And now you're going to repeat that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times. Now when you get to the tulip section, this is real simple. We're going to place 1 double crochet in every stitch to our last double crochet of the tulip over here. So 1 double crochet into each of the next 30 stitches, and that includes the chain 2 spaces. Go ahead and place 1 double crochet into each of the next 30 stitches. Once you've placed 1 double crochet into each of those 30 stitches, we now have our windows to contend with all the way to the point of the shawl, the first point. So you're going to chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Create 9 windows, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next, and repeat 8 more times. For the very last double crochet, you're going to place it into the chain 2 space of the center chain 2 for your corner. So we have, this is going to be every corner. You're going to go into that center chain 2 for your last double crocheted for your windows on each side. Instead of into the stitch, just jump over into the chain 2 space. So you'll skip chain 2 and a double crochet. Then you're going to work that same 4 double crochets with chain 2s in between. So that's your first one, chain 1, 2, double crochet into the stitch, or double crochet into the chain space, chain 1, 2, double crochet into the chain space. We're going into that same chain space, chain 1, 2, and double crochet into that chain space. And then to begin your row, you're going to go in reverse of what we did over here to finish. You're going to chain 1, 2, and you're going to skip this double crochet and this chain 2 and go into the last double crochet here. So we have 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 4 double crochet, and 3 chain 2 spaces in between each of those, all into that center V-stitch there, because there's 3 V-stitches. All right, so that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna put windows over windows until you start the tulip. When you get to the tulip, you will have 31 total double crochets from each side. You will have 31 total double crochets from your last window to your first window of the opposite side of the tulip. And you're going to repeat that all the way to row 37. And I'll meet up with you for row 38, where things change just a little bit. All right, let's begin row 38. Everything continues the same, except for we're going to add a fillet window on each side of the tulip. So we're going to increase the amount of squares, the windows that we have here on each side, and remove some of the block area. So you're going to continue the same. You're going to start with your 3 double crochets and do your windows all the way over here to your double crochets. When you get to your double crochets, I'll show you what to do next. All right, so once you've got to your double crochets, we're now going to add a window. So you're going to chain 1 and 2 and skip 2 and double crochet into the next. Then you're going to double crochet over in one double crochet in every stitch until you have 3 double crochets remaining. So you're going to work all the way over until you have 3 double crochets remaining. All right, so once you have 3 double crochets left, you're going to chain 2 and skip 2 and double crochet into the next. And that will give you 2 extra windows on your tulip. All right, so here we have an extra window at the bottom and an extra window at the bottom here. And then you're going to continue to work the fillet pattern exactly the same, all the way to the point, and then you will work that point, the corner, the same exact way as you have been with the 4 double crochets and 3 chain 2 spaces into it. All right, I'm going to leave you to the rest of row 28. You're just going to continue to do the same thing, work the bottom of the next tulip, and then continue to work all the way around the point, and the last tulip again the same way. And then ending over here with your last 3 double crochets. I'll meet up with you for row 39. All right, now we need to begin row 39. And once again, we're doing the same exact thing as we did on the previous row. windows over the top of windows. And when you get to the bottom of your tulip, we're going to add another window, and that will be on each side. So we're decreasing the amount of double crochets down on this row, just like we did the previous row. So when you get to this double crochet, you're going to chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. Then you're going to work double crochets all the way over until 3 before the end, before your, or to your last 3 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. Once again, you will continue to do the same thing as you've been doing. Windows over the top of the previous row windows, and repeat your corner the same exact way as you have on your previous rows. So I'm gonna work over to my tulip, and I will show you that one little jog that we're gonna make, and on this side, then we're gonna crochet over and create that little jog in the windows on the other side. All right, so I've made it over to the last window from the previous row, and again, I'm just gonna chain 2 and skip the next 2 and double crochet into the following. And that creates my next window at the bottom of that tulip. Then you're gonna double crochet, 1 double crochet in every stitch until you have 3 double crochets left, and I'll meet up with you there. All right, so now I've made it down here where I have 3 remaining double crochets. I'm gonna chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. And then we're going to continue on, chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. And you're gonna do that all the way to your corner, create your corner, and continue on. You will do the same thing for each of the tulips, and that is 2 more tulips. All right, you're gonna go ahead and continue that all the way around, finishing the row with the last 3 stitches being double crochets. I will meet up with you at the end of 39, and we will begin row 40. All right, let's begin row 40. Row 40 is all fillets all the way down. Everything else stays the same as far as your beginning and end, and the way you turn the corner, each corner. Other than that, it is all fillet. So we're gonna mock double crochet into that first stitch and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And then chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. Now you're gonna repeat that over to the double crochets where I meet up with you and show you how to work across those double crochets. All right, so the double crochets are the same as skipping these chain 2s. You chain 2, 1, 2, you skip 2, 1, 2, and double crochet into the next. And repeat, chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. And chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. And now we're back to our fillet windows, where you're going to continue the chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next till you get to the point. When you get to that point, that corner, you're going to turn the corner exactly the same as you have been doing. And you're going to work down the next side repeating what we just did to get across those double crochets, and work your filet windows after that to your next corner. Turn the corner and repeat. Continue on doing your filet windows over the top of these double crochets and finishing up with your filet windows and the last 3 stitches as double crochets. Once you have done that, I'll meet back up with you for row 41. Row 41 and 42 are the border rows. So if you've been doing this in a solid and you would like to change your color for the border, you are more than welcome to do so at that time. If you want to continue going with the same color, or if you're using self-striping, you're more than welcome to do that as well. But I wanted to let you know that 41 and 42 are the last 2 rows, and they are border rows. Let's begin row 41. We're going to start with a chain 1 and single crochet back into the first stitch. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your first chain 2 space. And now we're going to start our repeat. Chain 1, 2, 3. Into the next chain 2 space, you're going to place all of the following: 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and 2 more double crochets, all into that chain 2 space. Then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and we're going to jump over to our next chain 2 and single crochet. Then you're going to repeat that same thing all the way down. We'll do that one more time. So chain 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets, all into that chain 2 space. Then chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to the next chain 2 space. And you're just going to continue to repeat this all the way to your first corner, and that would be the center here. Just work your way down the side. Now, each side should have 36 windows, and the bottom should have 48 windows. If you're a little off, it's okay. You just got to work through it. You might have to add or subtract one of these little shells that we're creating here. All right, I'm going to meet up with you down at the corner, the first corner, and I'll show you how to work through the corner for row 41. All right, so I'm down here at the first corner, and I have ended the side with the 2 double crochets, the chain 2, 2 double crochets. So now I need a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet to, you're just going to keep the repeat going. You're going to single crochet to that very center spot, and then chain 1, 2, 3, and you're going to repeat what you've been doing. Continue the repeat. 2 double crochets into the next chain 2 space with a chain 2 and 2 more double crochets into that same chain 2 space. And you're just going to continue this all the way around. Just continue the same repeat. All right, I'll meet up with you at the end, and we will do our last and final row of the Pineapples and Tulips Square Shawl. All right, row 42, your last and final row. This is your repeat from one end to the other. We are going to chain 1 and single crochet back into that first stitch. And then you're going to chain 1, 2, single crochet into your next single crochet. Skip your previous chain 2. Then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, skip your chain 3 and skip the next 2 double crochets, and into the chain 2 space we're going to work the following: 2 double crochets, 1, 2, then a picot. So chain 1, 2, 3, and back down into the side of that stitch we're going to slip stitch, and then 2 more double crochets back into that same chain 2 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, skip the next 2 double crochets, the next chain space, and single crochet into the single crochet. And this is your repeat. Chain 1, 2, 3, skip the next chain 3, the next 2 double crochets, and work into this chain 2 space. All of the following: 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and a small picot. 1, 2, 3 chains, come back down into the side of the stitch and slip stitch. 2 more double crochets into that same chain 2 space. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to skip the next 2 double crochets, the next chain 3, and single crochet into that single crochet from the row prior. And you're just going to continue to repeat in every chain 2 space. You're going to do that grouping with the picot, and then when you get down here to the other end, you're going to finish it off with the single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, just as we started the row prior and this row, and we finish it the same way. All right, everyone, so that is it. Afterwards, blocking it is recommended. That is not necessary, however, but it is recommended to block it into the square shape with that swoop in the center for around your neck. And yeah, I hope that you all have enjoyed this square shawl and the pineapples and tulips and filet. I hope that you have enjoyed all of this. If you have any issues, please feel free to reach out to me, whether it's in a private email or it is on the Facebook group. Please be sure to share your work with us if you make this. I would love to see it, and I would love to be able to share your work with others on our podcast on Saturdays, where I get to do a show and tell of everyone's work, who made it, who the pattern is, whether it's mine or anyone else's. All right, everyone, from me to you, be blessed, be a blessing, and until next time, bye for now.